Hey everybody, I'm Guyleen. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's review some Polygel. I've got 3 different kinds. This is Fast Extension Get by Ming Shan, so I don't know what we're gonna get with that. So I just filed my nails down. They were getting so long that the C-curve, the corners were almost touching, and it was cutting into my fingers on my sidewalls. And then of course I broke one. So let's just chop them off and try this Polygel. I've got some dual forms that I ordered from Amazon. I don't like the sizing on these, but you get what you get. Alright, let's cut them all off. Snip. We're also going to test out Peel Eze. I have that on my ring and pinky finger, and it's a peel off base coat. I've tried it on gel and regular polish, and I thought, why not try it with Polygel? See if we can put some artificial nails on and see how long they'll stay, and then be able to hopefully just pop them off when we're done. Also on my index and middle finger, I've got Keeping It Peel from Hit the Bottle. It is just a little more filling, I guess. When you put it on your nails, it fills in a little bit better. So the sizing on this, they need to be a little wider than your fingernail, wider than you really think that they should be. And I got these little clamps to help hold them while they cure. Okay, this UR Sugar I ordered from Amazon, but you get it from Born Pretty, and they sent 2 different kinds. And this Polygel, the bottle was busted, and I just taped it up and decided to use it since I needed it. I'd waited long enough. This is slightly gritty, like you would think, you know, acrylic powder and gel mixed together would be. It's not too bad, but I have done a couple sets with the Madam Glam, so I am a little more used to that. And I am using straight alcohol, 91% isopropyl, to use as a slip solution. Make sure your brush is wet, but not, you know, dripping. And we're going to push that stuff up and form it. And then you're just kind of rock it on like you would a tip. And push it down a little bit, and all that stuff starts oozing out. And you're just going to take your brush with the alcohol and clean it up off your fingers, and try to keep it thin to your cuticle. You see how it's not quite big enough, but I'm just going to go with it because, you know, we're not really going to keep these long. And I'm just going on the underneath and cleaning that up a little bit, making sure it's filled in everywhere. Clamping it down, which these clamps don't fit good enough, but you'll see soon I figure out why. Because I'm doing it wrong. Or well, I don't know. Works better the other way, so. Alright, cured it for 2 minutes. 1 minute on each side. 1 minute, and I flipped it up. Feels really secure. Just gonna squeeze that form and pop it off. And you can see how it didn't fit to my finger now. Fit on that side, but they file pretty easily. don't have very much at all to clean up around my cuticle, which is nice. Just gonna kind of shape it a little bit, see how it files, and then I'm gonna see how it clips, and it clips really easy. Although I got it a little too thick for my taste. The color is kind of peachy on this one. Real secure. Alright, next I've got Madam Glam Polygel in the color Dahlia. And I have tried this, so I know I like it. I don't know, so does that make me biased? Maybe. It's not gritty though. And I really like this color. I think it's a beautiful color and it matches my nail beds perfectly. And once again, I'm just using some alcohol. And I think this is the brush I got from Madam Glam. I also ordered brushes with the other two that were just exactly the same. The only difference I could find was the Madam Glam one was fancier. You know, it was prettier. And it just moves much easier than the other did. I didn't have to mess with it as long. It also, whenever I put it on and pushed it down, it stayed on my nail, and I really didn't have to hold it with another finger until I got to the underneath side. It wasn't just popping up and sliding down. So I think that if once you got it on the way you wanted it, you could cure it without a clamp. But the clamps are quite handy. Now, my fingernails, my beds are so curved that these are just not gonna fit, and you could see. I would need one of those tools that squeeze the form, or I need to squeeze the form a little bit in while I cure maybe. I have some foil forms, regular sticky forms, but I hated using those when I was a nail tech, and I didn't even want to mess with them this time. But you would get a more custom fit that way. Alright, I'm happy with that one. It's still not quite wide enough. But the next size up was like way too big. Alright, I cured it 1 minute each side. I missed a little bit at my cuticle, but that's okay. Also feels really secure. You see how well it matches my fingernails. I just really like this color. And it files and clips pretty much the same. And clipped really easy. These are super sharp. I got these from Edgebus. I'll try to remember to put all the links, but if I forget a link, just comment below and tell me what you need and I'll make sure to add it. Alright, now for the Get Gel. And it actually says, though, just gel on the bottle. The box just was spelled wrong. As we've all run across with some of these products from China, they don't know how to spell. Alright, this stuff, I love the color. It's gorgeous. But it's super sticky. And I mean super sticky, like, I don't even know, extremely thick honey maybe. It wasn't as long as you kept your brush wet, I mean, it would just kept sticking so bad that I couldn't keep my brush wet enough. So I decided I do have some actual, you know, quote unquote slip solution. So I decided to try that just to see if that helped any. And let me tell you, don't waste your money buying slip solution. It's a scam. Alcohol works better. I mean, this was even worse than with the alcohol. So I ended up dumping that and putting alcohol back in my dampened dish. This stuff is so sticky. And it would not, it didn't stay on my nail. As soon as I let it go, it slid off and down. It like popped up and slid down. As you can see, it just, you know, every time I moved the brush, it just came down a little bit more. So you definitely have to use the clamps or something with this. And I accidentally put it on backwards, or upside down, I guess, and it works so much better. So much better. So I think I was probably doing it wrong to begin with, but if not, there you go, ladies. Try it this way and see if you think they fit better. And look, with the little slits, you can kind of clean around it. You can clamp it and clean it. I think I was doing it wrong, I'm sure. Of course, they didn't come with any instructions, so I'm sorry. The air conditioning and the fan keep kicking on. It's super loud in here. I did like that I could make this thinner. I don't know. I kind of feel like the actual polygel stuff, almost like whenever you cure it, it gets thicker, maybe. It's probably my imagination, but I thought I had it really, really thin. But then after it's cured, the underneath, I've like, my nail is thicker. I don't know. I really like this color, but you can see where I've got it thinner. In some spots, it's not as opaque. The color isn't. And I thought, oh, this probably is just going to break because it's so thin, and I couldn't really build it the way I needed to. And then somehow I've got it. It's kind of got it all the way to the tip, so it kind of like hooked over. It's really pretty though, and I love the thinness of this one. It is kind of flat there on the tip, but it feels super secure like the others. So I'm happy. I like it. It was just more of a pain in the butt to work with. Just as hard as the others, and it files and clips pretty much the same. Right now for this 007, it's the Spy Gel. You talk about sticky. After I started using this, I thought, I shouldn't even complain about the other, because this stuff is like syrup. It is runny like syrup. This is definitely just a builder gel, not any sort of polygel at all. So I think if it says polygel, as long as it says extension, it is more like what a polygel is supposed to be, that you can use a dual form or tips with. Now you could use tips and fill it in with this stuff, or you could use this as a builder gel, but it does not work with dual forms. Well, not for me. Maybe you could get it to work. It's just too runny and too sticky. You just couldn't form it. So I just trashed it and went ahead and used Madam Glam on my pinky. And I did my thumb with the other Your Sugar Polygel. Alright, and I have this Born Pretty glitter pigment that I've never used. So I put a coat of just Madam Glam Perfect White, or maybe it was Shimmer White, on all my nails and left the tacky layer, and then did glitters into each nail. since they're long, I decided that they needed to be extra. So I did have fun playing with these this long, but I kind of missed the stamping a little bit. Alright, I've had this plate for months. I've never used it. It's the Lena, one of the Lena negative space plates. So I thought I better try it out. I got Hit the Bottle snowed in. And I'm just going to pick up a bunch of different images. Just kind of floral it up. And I'm using my Creative Shop stamper because it's really soft and flat. Thought maybe that would be best for stamping these extra long nails. The images didn't quite fit. I tried to like turn them diagonal so I would have more room, but I missed a little bit on some of them. But once again, I wasn't really going for the perfect stamping or anything, but I really enjoyed these. I didn't think I would, but I took a shower, I washed my hair, I hold 24 hours later, and they were still doing good. Okay, I'm off to the grocery store with my super long nails, and they're holding up really well. Now we'll see how they do grocery shopping with just a peel-off base coat. Alright, I went grocery shopping. They're all still here. There's a little lifting on this one. Just going to take an orange wood stick and kind of lift around and see what happens. This one was just popping right off, so I took it off. This one I got out the better tool, and I know it looks like I'm digging, but I really am not digging or prying. It's not pulling up my nail. It was just like stuck. I think some of it was like underneath my fingernail too. Like that one too. But it also popped right off. And once again, this one was also like some of the gel was underneath my fingernail, so it took a little more to get it off of that. So you know what, they pretty much, I would say, compared the same. Both peel offs worked. They lasted. I mean, I had to take them off, so I think they would have lasted for a couple days. Alright, thanks for joining me, guys. Enjoy Penny playing in the water. Okay, I'm not getting my porch clean doing this. Alright. You just got taken down by a little puppy. Stop the biting.